Nuclear, please, Patrick. Huge debate yesterday. A lot of talk from the Energy Minister Chris Bowen that it doesn't stack up, that it's not financial. Of course, many others out there in the media today, including Tony Wood from the Grattan Institute, picking apart the modelling, calling it dodgy. A whole lot of invalid comparisons people regarded the minister using to push back against the coalition's want to have a rational adult conversation in this country about nuclear power. Any surprises here for you?
Look, I'm surprised by Chris Bowen. I mean, he's been around for a very long time. He's been a minister for a long time. And he really did shoot himself in the foot by pulling out these numbers that, at best, were so easy to dispute. Look, he's based a lot of policies on dreams rather than reality. You talk to anyone in the power sector and they say, well, you know, the renewables target looks very difficult to achieve, if not impossible. I think we're looking at 22,000 solar panels a day. We're looking at 40 wind turbines a month, and that's coming with strengthening, you know, community resistance to having wind turbines. Nuclear has to be on the table, and if you look at the recent surveys, more than half, you know, of all Australians are sort of saying, look, they're not saying we have to have nuclear, but it has to be in the equation looking forward. And I think Bowen really is losing the crowd by not accepting that, or at least not recognising that.
Look, I think you're right, because there was even a poll on the ABC Q&A program last night that was in favour, majority favour ABC viewers, God help us, supporting at least a rational debate about nuclear. Just before I go, Patrick, I've got to ask you about this poll out today. I know people are watching around the country. They cannot understand how the Libs could have lost last November, but I guess even worse than that, I suppose, today. You've got a poll saying John Pizzuto is in a worse position than November. If they went to the polls today, you'd find that Daniel Andrews would be returned quite handsomely. They've made no ground. What do you think?
I think, as you know, Peter, I think we are the sorry lot of Australia here in Victoria, aren't we? We've got the highest debt. We've got the saddest CBD, you know, post-pandemic, and we've got the weakest opposition. And that's true of any long-term government. They all share a very weak opposition. And I think you summed it up pretty well earlier in saying that the Liberals seem to be more interested in fighting each other than actually fighting the government, which has made a lot of missteps through arrogance and, you know, being out of touch, as all sort of long-term governments are. It's really sad. It really does not serve the people of Victoria to have a Liberal Party that is so insipid and inept as it has been for so long.
Yeah, 56-43 in a sample size of 3,000 voters. I mean, as a campaigner, that's a fair income survey, and I know what it's like when you cross the border as a Victorian. You're pretty embarrassed to say you come from this state. So let's see if the Victorian Liberals can turn it around. Gentlemen, thank you.